What's up,
How
everyone?
you doing, everybody?
Yeah, let me get this set up real quick.
Okay. Welcome to the show. It's Friday night finally. Unbelievable. It's been such a long week. Welcome to Stay Fishy Friday. So glad you guys are all with us. We've got a bunch with us already. Let me see here. Let me go through a couple here. We got Anna Watson, Brittany Ziblitz, our mod. Raheem's here. Hi, Raheem. Sunshine. IQCYT. Okay, hello. James Christensen, or Kyle Hernandez, A to Z Fish from another mod. That's Brittany's husband. Wow, we got like Devilfish. Let me see here. Jim Sheesley's here. What's up, Jim?
I think we're good.
You're all set up? You're all ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me keep going here. Ange is here. Hi, Ange. Ange is another mod. Boy, all of our mods are here. Bambi McCluskey, you're IC24. Our show's going to end up being all mods because we just give mod privileges to all of our friends. Heather Ellington, Ryan Tomlinson. Oh, there's a bunch of people. Okay, I've caught up. I'm tired. I'm not going to name no more. Louis R. at
75 people.
75 people. All right. So we can go ahead and start the Tracy update. Lots of things have happened. Things are changing on me. We didn't have a second nurse here. That's been, it's been crazy. I'm working the 16 hours a day and 24 hours a day on Sunday. And then if any of the nurses don't show up, I have to take over that 8 hours, which means I work 16 hours a day before, 8 hours for their shift, and then 16 hours the day after, which is 40 hours straight of non-sleeping every time a nurse calls off. So, but I mean, they've all been good reasons. It's not like my nurses are lame. No, it's been family emergencies, all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, I'm not blaming them, but in this situation, this is what has to happen, and it's been crazy. We've got a new nurse coming. Now, it was one of our people here said it was his aunt or something. Her name is Lori, and gave me a number. She's working someplace, and she's going to be moving in like 30 days. So I was like, okay, I'll get her to work for 30 days. So I called up our case management. They said, okay, they set it up. We sent her in because she don't have her independent number, so she has to be hired through a company. So we called our old nurse's company, and that no longer is with us, and they said they would hire her. So, they went through and boom, got her hired. So now she's waiting for paperwork to go through the mail, and then we'll have another nurse, and she's an RN working second shift. I think I told her any of the days she wants to work Wednesday through Sunday, and then every other Sunday she can work, during the daytime. So, it's going to be an amazing relief on me to where I'm not working 16 hours a day. But see, you'd think, oh, if you're working 16 hours a day, you got 8 hours for sleep. But I don't. When the nurse comes in at 8 o'clock, I'm there telling her, how Tracy was, what she did, this and that through the night. And I can get back, in my bed by 8:30. So I'm asleep by 8:45. Well, Reaper's always here by 11:30 or so. Our volunteers come over, they're always here by then. So I get 2.5 to 3 hours good sleep in the mornings now, until 11:30 sometimes. The rest of the time, I'm 10-minute napping it all night long, all during the day, whatever, you sit down to watch TV, I'm straight out. So now with the nurse here 16 hours, I can actually sleep. I still have to work the night shift. But then during the day, I've been working, or sleeping 3 hours or so, and then working 5 hours in the rescue with people that are here. Now I'll have the evening time that I can actually grab another nap and be good before I have to work all at nighttime. So now what I'm saying is I'll go down to, only working 8 hours a night on the days that the second nurse will work, which is going to be life-changing for me. That's just phenomenal. I cannot believe it. I cannot wait. It's been crazy. This last 2 years is, I can't even imagine how I pulled off 7 months of 24 hours a day watching Tracy. I mean, I fell asleep on the side of her bed, on the chair next to her. And once I got everything to where, I got my camera on her And then I have my laptop in my room hooked up to a stereo. So now everything that, like her alarm goes off, it goes off in my room super loud. So if I fall asleep, it definitely wakes me up. If she coughs, it's super loud in my room. It wakes me up. And that's how I get my 10, 20 minutes sleep or nap in between, taking care of her, changing her, her food or reposition her or suctioning her out. I got the suction machine on a remote control too. So if I hear her coughing and it wakes me up, I just reach over and hit number 2 on the buttons and it suctions and I can hear it. It'll be like until it runs clear and then I can shut it off. And so I don't actually have to get up out of bed to go suction her. So I've made it as easy as possible to watch her at nighttime. And I get the most sleep I can, 15, 20 minutes a bunch of times during the night. And it's been great. But having this next nurse will be amazing and life-changing for me. I cannot wait. So I will have a nursing team at that point.
Good job.
I love that. Basically, it was... I don't know who it was that turned me on to Mara, but I was the one that got Mara in, and then she got Evelyn in for a while, and then now, we're getting this from you guys, the third nurse. The nursing companies that run these things just don't have the nurses to send out to us. That would have been, the waiver program is willing to pay for so many hours a week, and right now we've got another 48 hours open. So if this new nurse wants all 48 hours, she can take them that they're willing to pay for. So, the nursing company should have supplied the nurses from the get-go. It never happened that way because everybody's been understaffed. So many people quit and started working from home and doing different things and making good money that they never went back to work. So the nursing staffing situation is way understaffed. But yeah, so we've been able to find it, and thanks to you guys for your help and all that. Hopefully this works out. And she told me yesterday that she don't have to move in 30 days now. The buyer for her house fell through, so she's not moving until the house sells. So, I wish her all the luck, seriously, on selling her house and, doing what she wants, but please don't buy her house. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So she's going to work here until the house sells. So that'll be a great help. And then as far as Tracy, she's on that vibrate machine. Mara's religious about it, twice a day. And man, does that thing really work. So it loosens her up and she coughs up all this stuff. And between that and every once in a while we have to do a breathing treatment on her, she's been doing amazing. What she's been doing lately on us is she's out of our schedule. We used to be able to feed her, and then 4 hours later, before she's ready to feed again, we could change her. And then we'd feed her, 4 hours later, it's built up enough that we can change her. And we got it to where at the nighttime, if I change her between 8 and 10 at night, she's good all night long until 7 in the morning when I get up, take care of her, and then the nurse comes at 8, and she's already changed and everything's taken care of. And we feed her at 8. She's been like holding and not going. And we're like, okay, she's bone dry. Let's go ahead and feed her again. And then all of a sudden, 2 hours later, she lets loose and soaks the bed. Now we got sheets wet, chunks wet, the big material chunks wet along with the plastic chunk. It's crazy. So that's a new development that I don't know why it's coming around, but she's like, talk about me. I'll get you. So she's getting us. It's hard to tell. I have to just walk by her and feel the diaper and see if it needs change all the time. And, we had it under a schedule, and now she messed up our schedule. So, but she is, when I talk to her a lot of times, like right down in the ear. I notice she don't like loud noises, because when I come in talking loud or someone, I don't know, it's just, she always makes that face where she like, she turns her head. So I go down and I whisper in her ear, hi, honey, how you doing? Are you going to close your eyes for me now? That kind of stuff. And she always takes her, I'm like, I can't see, I'm backwards in the mirror. I'm right here in her ear and talking to her, and then she'll take her eyes and move them right over, like looking right at me as I'm in her ear, She knows I'm there and she can tell I'm there, but it's hard to catch her in the coherency periods where I can get her to close her eyes or open them on command, that type of stuff. But I tell her all the time, you got to work on it. You got to work on squeezing my hand. That's the one the doctor wants, you know. But I talk to her and she listens. She puts her eyes right to me and she cocks her head towards me. You know, she's listening. She's there. You know, you can tell she's there. Before she was gone, you know, her eyes were doing this thing where she'd look from the bottom and look up, look to the bottom and look up, like some sort of mechanical thing. And she was never in coherency while her eyes were doing that. Now we hardly ever see her doing that no more. And you know, she's staring off, and you know, I talk to her and she'll look towards me. That's the first sign that she's close to coherency. And so I ask her to close her eyes. Sometimes she can't. A lot of times she can. When she closes her eyes, then I test her and do it a second time. Then I start talking to her and telling her close her eyes means yes, you know. And I try and make a language out of that for her. But yeah, it's been crazy. And you know, Mara is here. She's given her all. We're going to the Mammoth Cave Aquarium this weekend, or Mammoth Cave Aquarium Expo this weekend. And we're leaving actually tonight between 12 and 2 o'clock in the morning. So Mara is working 12-hour shift tonight for us. I've got little Christy coming in. She's going to work from midnight until 8 on, you know, watching Tracy. She's like a babysitter. Mara's going to sleep in the bedroom. So if something goes wrong, Christy can grab Mara and, you know, blah, blah, blah. But I'll be watching on the computer I'm taking with me. I watch Tracy all night long from that computer anyway. I'm so used to it. I'm going to be watching while Christy's there, and I'll tell Christy what to do, you know, when to do it and this and that. And then at 8 o'clock in the morning, Mara's going to be back on schedule. She's going to work 16 hours straight tomorrow. She's welcome to my world, Mara. And then Christy's going to work
over there like you.
Yeah, she is. Mara's here right now.
I don't want to tell him right now. He's really wrong, because we're over for the hours. We work at 12 today and 12 tomorrow.
Anyways,
Yeah.
And then Christy's going to work tomorrow night again. While I'm in the hotel room, I can watch, you know, through the computer. And then Sunday morning, Evelyn's going to work 8 hours. And then Mara's going to work from 4 o'clock until we get home. If we get home at 10, Mara will quit then. If we get home at 11 or midnight, you know, it depends on, you know, how it takes, you know, how far it takes to get, or how long it takes to get home. But we've got it all worked out. And thank God we have such good people in our lives that are willing to help like this. So thank you, Mara. We love you.
We got Ange $5 says thank God for Friday. A bunch of drinking emojis.
I'm right there with you, Ange. Now, you guys remember I quit drinking because, you know, I've been losing weight. I'm down 16 pounds now. Some people are starting to notice, but nobody really noticed yet. But like Mara came in and she said I was thinner in the face a little bit. I didn't notice it yet. So, but you know, I quit drinking for that. So because when I drink, like on Friday nights, I drink, then I'm like, oh, I don't care about the diet. I want something to eat, you know? And I'll make something to eat after I get off the show at 8 o'clock. So I'm eating at nighttime. It's crazy. So I got to not drink. I just had to give it up.
There you go, Mia. You are added.
Oh, Mia's here. She's now a moderator.
So I need your guys' help. I am out there filling a 750-gallon tank, as you guys might know from the videos. It's filling right now, so don't let me forget. So I need you guys.
I'm going to put it on camera for you.
No, I want them to remind me, because
Okay.
that brings me into the drinking word. It's going to be tank.
There you go.
So there you go. We have a tank to fill. So I've got a awesome video, which I know a couple people have messaged and said.
Anytime you want to check, just hit the pool room cam and it'll go up and you can see it.
Well, that brings me to another point of discussion here. Everyone's liking the new editing on the video today, so I will continue to keep doing stuff like that and trying to be more interactive.
Excuse me for a second. You guys got to know, I've been editing the crap out of this, taking 3 hours to edit every video. You know, I'm doing I bought the camera to have the better resolution and to make my videos better. And he was always like, just do it with my camera. finally, I've got Josh on board, and he's jumping in all hands. You know, he's right there, and now he's putting in for he went up to 103 megapixels for the thumbnails, and then he's helping out with stop it, and then he's helping out with ideas for better videos, and now he's taking 3-4 hours editing his things instead of just doing it real quick. He jumped his game up a lot, but I've been doing this for a long time, trying to, you know, take over excess, you know.
This brings me to my next point of discussion.
Okay.
If I'm stepping up my game.
Why do you, interrupt me when I'm trying to talk?
You do it to me all the time.
I'm allowed. I'm your father.
So if I'm stepping up my game, when are you stepping up yours?
I just bought the brand new S22, and I'm paying forever.
You have everything that I have.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. I just
no
stepped
excuses.
It up.
No excuses.
So what's the difference? You're spending 3 hours. I'm spending 3 hours. We're both doing the editing now. What's the difference here? What do you want me to step up? If I'm slacking in any way, shape, or form, let me know.
Thumbnails and editing technique.
I know the editing I've been doing. I've been putting time into. Now because you just started and you're using a different program, so you've got different options than I've got.
Using the same program.
Power Director?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're a fresh mind coming into it, doing and using more things that maybe I was using. I need to see what you're doing and take on some of the things you're doing, you know, and stuff like that. Because I'm setting my ways. I've been editing, for a while now, above your game. Okay? When you're throwing it together, I'm spending 3 hours. You're spending 10 minutes getting it edited. Okay?
See, the difference there, and we're going to start a little discussion topic. He might run in there and grab his little Nerf gun here in a minute. But, you know, you're spending 3 hours
I'm ready.
editing a video that we could also spend the same video and edit it in 20 minutes.
I don't understand. If you can take my 3 hours and bring it down to 20 minutes and do the same job, I'm all for it. So I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't necessarily.
You just complained to me that you were editing for 3 hours the other day, and I'm like, it's about time. But and now everyone's noticing your editing, and it's much better.
But look at so I spent the 3 hours editing the video, and you've seen the quality
you put more
of it
care
now.
into it. Yes.
But at the same time, like you say, you spend 3-4 hours editing your videos, but that's because you have 6 hours of footage, and then you're trying to bring it down into 15 minutes, and there's still just clips, you know, brought together.
Right.
I probably had 30 minutes of film that I edited down to 12 minutes.
Well, let's leave it like this. You guys appreciate our two different styles, I'm sure. It's always a breath of fresh air. If I find something new he don't know, you know, and stuff like that, he's going to find stuff I don't know on the program.
Beat me, son. Beat me.
Challenge accepted. Here.
All right, I gotta catch back up on these super chats.
No, I'm not drinking the purple drink. This is water with watermelon crush. The watermelon, because the grape I can just guzzle. It tastes so good, but it tastes like doo-doo without the vanilla vodka. The vanilla vodka gives it that vanilla-y flavor, and it reminds me of my dad's grapes when I was young, and they used to grow really big on the vine. And I'd eat them like there with the skin was split and falling off, and it was so juicy and so good. Tastes just like that drink. Without the vanilla vodka in there, grape tastes like doo-doo. So I'm drinking the watermelon, and it tastes really good, but if you try and guzzle it, you get that saccharine burning in your throat. So I just sip this, and it keeps my mouth wet and moist, and I can keep on going. And it's water, though, you know. So,
you know, I've tried your crush stuff. It's all right. I've tried the Mio stuff.
You don't have a memory tied to it, okay?
Well, no. I'm just saying for the drinkability purpose, not the drinkability with vodka.
Oh, just drinkability, not the drinkability.
No,
so can we get to the fishy show?
I'm getting to a point here. I tried the new flavor drops, and they're actually the Walmart brand, the off brand, but they taste so damn good. I'll never drink
Family friendly show.
Mio again. Damn's it in the Bible. It's all right. So I'll never drink
So
Mio
slapping
again.
your children.
So try the great
All right, I'll try
flavor enhancers. We got Richard Macy, $2, says, "Let's go, boys. Big love from the UK, Cornwall." How you doing?
Thank you.
We have Evelyn Seymour. Welcome to the green team. We appreciate it. So everyone who joins the membership content, it is appreciated. It does help us out.
We are working a whole lot more on our members to give our members content that you're not going to be able to get anywhere else. So it's worth the membership from now on. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't putting much into it. I just thought it was a status thing. And, you know, it was, but Joey got on me and he says, you know, your members is where it's at. They're paying money. You should give them ultimate stuff. You know, like if you go and tackle Josh and tickle him and family stuff like that, get it on there in the members program, you know?
No homo, though?
Stop it. You know, you guys throw somebody in the pool or you guys are in the pool and you're not videoing, get this stuff on the members content. They don't have to be long videos. They don't have to be this or that. They just have to have content that they're not going to get elsewhere that makes it worth it for them to join the members. Okay?
So,
now,
why is it when you're talking to Joey, you're talking about tickling me, huh?
Anyways, let me go on to the next. And this is an important discussion here. I see Rod's here from Predatory Fins. What's up, Rod? Now, listen, I've had a few people be like, how come they haven't come and taken their raise back? And I'm like, because they're busy, they're moving, they're doing this and that. You know, it's all good. They're friends of ours. Don't worry. We talk to them constantly. It's all good. You know, don't think things in your head. And you know, things have gone by and people have actually jumped on, you know, Predatory Fins case on our forum. Like, you know, I'm like, no, it's not like that. They're not forcing us to take care of their stuff and not coming and picking them up. You know, we knew ahead of time it was going to be 6 to 9 months, something like that, whatever it took for them to move. Well, they're getting real close. They've got the move is done. They've encountered all kinds of hardships, you know, and then somebody's saying something like, why are they doing rescues there and not coming and picking up their because you guys see all the troubles we've had with the raise, but that's okay. It's like if I watched one of your guys' dogs and the dog was eating the drywall in the room, you know, so I move him to the basement. Then he's peeing all over the basement, so I move him to the pool room or something. You know, I don't know. It's just like that. Of course, we're having a little bit of problems. It's not Rod's fault. It's not Kevin's fault. And we've told them, and they, you know, are going to come as soon as they can. That's no big deal. We have, in the meantime, figured out ways to alleviate, you know, like we had no clue. Them rays have been in that pool forever, and all of a sudden one of our fish, or a couple of them, start biting on the rays' tails. So now the tails are all, that goes back to their barb, and then it's bone. So we had to get them out of there because now it's open to bacterial infection. It's open to fungal infections. We had to get these rays out of there because they're going to die. So we put a bunch in the 3,000. We put a couple in the 4,000. Put some in with ours. We took pictures of everything so that we know whose is whose. And, you know, we display them that way. There's still a couple left at the pool.
One.
You say one, but I've seen 3. So they're just hidden is all, you know. And you need to see when I'll show you tonight when we're out there. Anyways, you know, it's not a big deal. I know Rod is busy, and not to mention he's picking up these fish and doing rescues because his store is empty and he's waiting on the town to okay them to open up and do all this. So he's doing other things in the meantime. They're paying rent and they have to, this is hard. What was that?
That was the ice maker.
They're paying rent and they're not open. They're not, you know, making the money of a store, but they still have to pay rent while trying to get the city to give them the license to open up. So it's taking them time and they're paying phenomenal rent, you know. They're buying the place, but not unless, in other words, they're renting to own at the moment or renting until they can purchase it because they don't know if they can get opened up by the state and the state allows them to open up, they're buying that building, you know. So, you know, they're doing everything that they can do, and I'm happy to watch their raise form and take care of them until they can spare it. You know what I'm saying? They can't spare it right now, but they're going on these rescues and doing some things around there that they can help and do, and they're sending them to us. So we're going to do videos of Rod sending us these fish, and we're going to go ahead and have the videos of where they get their quarantine, and then if we place them out or if we place them in our tanks. He don't have the place to put them right now. He's just basically doing the stored tanks and a couple, he's got one bigger tank right now for some of his big fish, but he's got to get the 12,000 up and going. He's got to figure out where all the ray tanks are going. They got to get bacteria going on all their tanks. And, I told him the same thing. I've got that 55-gallon drum full of bioballs. He could bring out, fresh bioballs or K3 or whatever media, and he can take home our bioballs that have seeded, so that he can put his rays straight in his tank. That's the biggest problem with opening up a new place, not having all the bacteria you need. So, I mean, Rod isn't doing nothing wrong. You guys don't need to, and I'm sure it ain't all you people in our show, but there's a few people that do jump down our case about him. And I'm trying to tell him, no, Rod's doing nothing wrong. He's actually helping us out, sending us fish to where we don't have to drive over to New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, and Maryland. You've seen us do it many times before, but that's an 8 to 9 hour drive for us, and then we have to drive back. He's shipping them to us and doing the rescues there for us. It's like an extension of OFR for us. That's amazing. That helps us out so much. So, I mean, he's helping us while we're helping him. I mean, it's a very good relationship we got with Rod. Nobody's mad at nobody. I am just, sorry it's taken this long for him because it's costing them money every single month. They were paying on the rent down in Florida, the rent up here, plus the rent at his house because they can't live in their shop. They got a young kid, and I guess it would probably be illegal maybe if it's a building. So I don't know, but they're paying 3 different rents. And then Kevin was still paying his in California. They just got that closed. So Ron talked to me, and he said, within the next week and a half, possibly 2 weeks, they're coming to get the rays. And I'm going to be sorry to see them go. I love having all the rays here. I don't like the problems between all the different fish. And, we didn't expect any of that. But, if it was an easy thing to do, everybody would do it. You know what I'm saying? So, guys, don't get mad at Rod. He's done nothing wrong. Yeah, I mean, Predatory Fins and Ohio Fish Rescue work together hand in hand, always have. These, on top of that, moving this whole business and, getting a new place to live. And he's got the baby to deal, a new baby. You guys know what it's like when you have your first kid. Your life changes. And he's going through all this other life-changing events at the same time. I mean, poor Rod. Poor Rod. Oh, my goodness. So, I just wanted to bring that up because there were a few people that said something, and I felt it was off-color.
Rod said, brotherhood, I'll bring Josh some tank tops and take you out on a date.
Make sure they're extra long tank tops, Rod, so we don't have to see his crack no more. My son has a crack problem.
Hey, I'm just saying, the only time it's shown is in your videos. You like to focus on it.
I don't focus on it, but I'm behind you while you're working, and you bend over.
My videos haven't. I was bent over on my videos.
Of course, you don't video behind you.
What do you mean? I set up a tripod. I'm working inside the tank.
Really? Go look at today's videos saying, please buy Josh some carpenter pants because we're tired of seeing his crack. That was on your video. There was at least 3 remarks about your crack on today's video. Trust me. Guaranteed it. Bet $1.
There was no crack on today's video.
I didn't say that. I said there were comments on it.
Well, no
Bet
crack.
$1? Bet $1?
No.
Oh, he's too...
All right.
He's
Here, I need this. We got Mia Gilbert, $5. She didn't say anything.
Thanks, Mia. That's our new mod, guys. Give her some love.
We've got Saltness Monster, $2. Says, say hi to my Shabunkin Salt and Pepper. Get to know their names.
For his fish. Hi, Salt and Pepper.
And then we got Brittany Ziblis, $10. Says, hashtag justice for Bruce and Diesel. We missed them, Josh. Bring out Bruce. Tank.
No, Ange, I'm going to get, or Brittany, I'm going to get you. We don't want him out. I'm the only person here that they could bite. Oh, my goodness.
Alrighty, we're caught up in that one. Okay, Rod said life changing, but want to make sure it's just life change. I'm still the same. Oh, come on, Rod, family friendly.
I watched his live today, and he said some things on there. I'm like, oh my goodness, family friendly, Rod, but there, I guess, okay.
Kyle Hernandez said, "Would you guys adopt a beluga sturgeon?" Yes, we would,
Of course
but
we would.
they are illegal. They are an endangered species, so you have to have a special permit to own them.
We're allowed to have any species for up to 72 hours. We call the Department of Agriculture and figure out what people around us have the permits, and then we'll take them to there. Like, you know, we can go all the way out to the Shed Aquarium. You know, we can take stuff there. Whoever has this special permit for the I mean, there's fish on the Lacey Act, there's fish on the CITES 1 that you need special permits for to keep. Well, we've got special permits for like the Australian lungfish. He's chipped, and we got the paperwork for him. We're going to do the same thing on certain other fish. I would love to have a couple snakeheads here because nobody else has them. So I'm looking to try and get the permits for that, along with the Asian arowanas. We've got somebody in Canada willing to donate a beautiful super red Asian arowana, but we can't take it because we don't have the permits. So, we're working on stuff like that, but we will eventually have these permits to where we're allowed to have them. The cost is the price. The problem is the cost, because the price is so much for, if I tell them exactly what I want, they'll give me a permit for that, and then it costs so much dollars. Well, big public aquariums can afford it. Every year they have to pay that. We can't. So, we want permits that are like $50 to $250, not $2,500 to $5,000 permits. We don't want them. We're trying to. There's all kinds of. When you call up the federal place, there's millions of permits for rehabilitation, for keeping them for so long. You can keep them up to a year, and then you have to move them on, or 2 years. I mean, we have to weed through every single thousands of these permits to figure out what would work best for us, and it's the cheapest. So we're working on it, though.
Fishroom Dave says, "What happens if you struggle to rehome a fish within 72 hours? 3 days? We sometimes have fish for months."
Yeah, but okay.
I mean, we put them through 3 weeks of quarantine.
Yes, but not always. We've gotten in like that.
I mean,
4-foot Tesselati was here overnight, and then we found a home and drove it to its new place.
There's always special cases.
That's what I'm talking about. Special cases, special permit fish. They're not going to be here a long time.
No, what I'm talking about just the question I just read. He asked a question, and I'm answering it, and you went back to your previous topic.
What was the question?
He said, "What happens if you struggle to rehome a fish within 72 hours?" I said 3 days. Sometimes we have fish for 3 weeks, 3 months.
Well, see, when we call the authorities and they give us a list of places around us, we won't struggle.
We're not talking about them fish. He's just talking about a fish.
72 hours. He said 72 hours. Them are them fish.
Oh, I didn't put 2 and 2 together.
Kids, listen to your father, children.
I guess this is what happens when you quit drinking. He's on the ball, people.
Wow. Okay. Kyle says, "Where's the bathroom Corey at?" He's not been around lately. He lives like 2 hours away, so I thought he was going to start hanging out all the time, but him and his girlfriend got in an argument because he was gone so long. So I don't know. Who knows? He's still welcome here anytime. He knows that. Last time I talked to him was a couple weeks ago. Invited him up. He said he couldn't make it. Blah blah blah. So maybe he's busy working. Who knows?
And also, this reverts back to the thing that I don't really pay attention to what he's saying while he's talking because I'm reading comments. So I don't know what the hell he just said. So I'm just reading any comments that look appetizing to me and say, "Oh, hey, this is a good one."
Read that one.
Rod said, "Hey, ladies, see you soon." You are about 15 minutes behind in the chat.
Yeah, but I just seen it. So, Rod, you have a beautiful wife and a beautiful son. We talking about, hey, ladies, see you soon.
Talking about you.
Me?
Yeah.
Do I look like a lady? Oh my goodness! If I look like a lady, it would not be a beautiful one. Oh my goodness!
Kevin Josie said, "When's the next big project? Will want to fly out and help?"
Kevin, we're doing all kinds of projects right now. Josh got the 750 up and going. He got the tiles in it. We figured out how to plumb it in without running extra pipes all over the place. So it's going to be our cold water tank now, and we can turn the 350 that all the fish are in it back into the tropical tank and have water running through it. You know, so we don't have to do a water change on that 350 every 3-4 days. Plus, it gives the sturgeon much more room to grow. And our problem is the sturgeon is a meat eater, and the goldfish are pellet eaters. You know, so we have to put meat in there for that sturgeon, and we want him to grow. You know, so we're doing that all the time. This is why we're kind of skeptical about putting him out in the pond this summer, because we don't feed that pond meat, and we won't be able to see him all the time. He'll be at the bottom or, you know, cruising or something. So we don't know. Right now, the solution is the 750. So we got it up and running, and we're good to go.
For everyone asking, the 750-gallon tank has about 10 inches to go on it. I slowed the rate of the water down just a tad bit, so we have more time. And I'm not sure if anyone else is having this problem, but is the picture blurry? Because it is blurry as hell on my phone, but I see it there. It is blurry as crap.
No, that's good.
That looks blurry as crap to me. Not like that. That looks crisp and clear and clean.
Well, of course.
This looks like I can't even...
Okay, P. Divine says, Bigrich, why do you need the aviators for if it's just water rocking those shades? I don't know what it means if it's just water, but, okay, my eyes, this is bright lights here, okay? 2, this eye is blind. So I don't want you guys having to see one eye pointing off to Saturn. You know, in the bright daylight, I'll be able to, like, if the lights were behind me pointing forward, my eyes could focus on whatever I'm looking at. But I see darkness, the brightness is coming at me. So my eye will trail off to Saturn, and I'll have one eye looking at you. I wear the aviators so that you guys don't have to deal with that. Now, and it also helps me with the brightness of the lights. Everyone knows I'm blind in one eye, and it's like an 89% blind. Like on a sunny day in the middle of winter where everything's white on the ground, turn that suction on.
Right, so I don't think
where everything's bright and white and sunny on the ground with snow, and it's nice and bright and sunny out, I can see a dark car drive by, fuzzy. But if I'm in a house and it's all like darkness, I can't tell if that's a person standing there or a cabinet behind him or whatever. It all blends in. It's all black and blurry. So, you know, if these lights weren't on, I could cover my one eye and everything would be one big dark picture. I would not be able to tell Josh was here or nothing. It's really dark that I can see here. I only got a little bit of light come in. So I wear these glasses so you guys don't have to deal with that. And, you know, has nothing to do with drinking. You can't barely see my eyes anyways. And I'm old. They used to stay open, you know. Now they just, the skin just closes up around them. You know, that's my eyes. I'm trying to make them open right now. You know, so.
Okay. Non-YouTube or non-fish question. Harry Banana is asking how he changes his profile picture. You have to go to your account settings on YouTube and change your profile picture. And for everyone that's saying it's blurry on their phone, not on the laptop or on television. So usually it's clear on my cell phone. That's how I check the quality. So I'm not sure what's going on tonight, but there's 0 dropped frames on at our end here. It looks crisp on our computer up here, but not on the cell phone.
Richard Massey says, how do you become a member? On every single video that we put out, we have over 800 videos. We put out a video every other day on the main channel.
640 videos.
No, I got a thing saying we hit 800 videos. a plaque or whatever and thing. But and listen, but why do you feel the need to
Because someone else is going to correct you.
stop
So
it?
I do.
Just let me talk. So, anyways, on every single video that we put out, right underneath of it, it'll say like it'll have a join button, and if you click that, you can join. I think the $4.99, $20 a month, $50 a month, something like that. And each tier's got different stuff. The $50 a month we really haven't done. That's more or less along the lines of if you really want to help out the rescue or something. But we're going to have, content just for the $50. We're going to have content just for the $20, and then the rest of the content will be for everybody else. So the more you see, maybe the off-putting or the not so family friendly will be the $50 stuff that we've always never put up. We could put that up, but it would have to be under something like that. We can't put that out to the world, like Josh falls or kicks his toe on something and starts screaming, yelling, and cussing. Well, that gets erased.
Hey, we got Predatory Fins, $100. He said for Josh's crack.
Oh my goodness.
He's
I
got
can
a
buy
crush
the
on me.
Bondo for that. I can cover that crack up.
He's got a crush on me, I know it.
Oh, you stop it. Thank you, Rod. Thank you. I appreciate it, brother.
Omar Acevedo, $20. He said, hey guys, I hope all is well. I haven't been on in a while. Well, welcome back, bro.
Welcome back, Omar. Flood City Fish Keeper says, what's up, Rod? Just watched your live. So did I. But you know what? I put a post in there twice. They did not answer me. What's up, Rod? You mad at me, brother?
Hey, we got Deadwood 1877 for 100 SEK, about 10 US dollar in Swedish currency. Great channel and good luck with everything. Well, it is much appreciated.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, we got Luke on here. What's up, Luke?
Our Luke?
Yeah.
What's up, Luke? Ain't seen you in a month of Sundays. Fishing with Dano says, welcome to New York, Rod, at Predatory Fins.
Charlie GC said, Rod and Josh sitting in a tree.
Brooke Holly says, Rod and Josh need to get their kids a play date.
James Stewart says, hi, Bigrich and Josh. Can you shout out my partner Jess and her mom Helen, who are all tuned in this evening? Hashtag Team Tracy. Don't worry about the tank. I've got it.
Well, they asked. It's about 3/4 full. We can see it right here on the video. You can't see it. It's too bright. Wow. Okay.
So shout out to Jess and
hi, Jess.
Helen.
Here's to you. Wish it was alcohol and a real toast, but
People are asking, where's Hoover?
Hoover will be here Monday. He went up to work during the week in Cleveland with his furniture mover buddy, and he was actually done Friday today. But we're going down to Kentucky tonight, so I just told him, wait till Monday to come back, and then we'll be here, and Hoover will be back here for a week or two or whatever until he gets his next extra. He's going to go to West Virginia and back see his family for a little bit, and then he'll be back. And then I think after that he's got to work at least a week a month with this guy because it's part time. So when the guy gets busy, he works Hoover. So he'll be up to Cleveland a week at a time. That type stuff.
Hey, we got Lori Kish, $5. Says Josh needs suspenders. Remember to hit that like button. All right, so it's not suspenders that I need. It was
Yes, it is.
I used to wear 32s and 34s. I went down to a size 29.
Right.
I'm not buying work pants to come over here and get them dirty.
You have a belt that you refuse to make it any tighter.
My belt works, but
Your belt does not work. I'm sorry to tell you. Your crack is still showing with your belt on because you refuse to pull it tight. Now, you might say there's not enough holes in the belt. Do you know who your father is?
Not I can drill. It's a slide belt.
Okay, I can drill you holes, do whatever it takes.
No holes to be drilled.
You let me pull that belt, it'll be tight and it'll never drop. Trust me.
I will bet you $1,000 it'll come loose.
Come on. I'm going to pull that belt tight and you'll never see crack again.
That's a lie.
Then bet me.
You just
You're coming up with something sneaky. Why are you saying that will loosen up?
because it's the nature of these belts. There's no
Okay,
loop
okay.
in it
How
to
about if
hold
I
it.
get you a different belt?
That is fine, but
You'll agree to wear it and be tight, snug.
I have new belts on my new.
But you
new
don't wear
pants.
them, and we have to see your crack.
Yeah, well, they're almost gone. I
Okay.
really don't care.
That belt is
Don't film my
garbage.
Don't
Garbage.
film my butt.
I've never felt your butt.
I said don't film my butt.
Oh, film. Okay.
I'm on my last pair of old fat work pants, which will be gone soon. So
Lori Petrowski says, "What is the name of the glue used on an acrylic tank brackets on the corner outside tank?" What was that?
What a what?
Right. What is the name of the glue used on the acrylic tank?
Guessing you're asking for the acrylic glue I use on the 500 cube to do
No.
the patch in the corner.
Acrylic tank brackets on the corner outside tank. Did we put any brackets on the outside?
Nope.
No. So it has to be the 500 gallon, and that was the well-done. Was it 40?
16 I used.
16? Explain to him the different numbers and why. And
So 4 is your most liquid solvent possible. That's for injecting into crack.
it's super. It's like WD-40 oil. I mean, it's super thin, and if you put it in a crack, it just sucks in there. That's the stuff we use is a little thicker because we want to smash it and have it spread between two pieces of glass.
Weld on 40 is what you use to, bond acrylic panels to acrylic panels when you're building an actual tank. But weld on 16 is somewhere in between. It's still workable yet has the strength, so it's good for patches. So that's
Right.
what I use on patches. But you have to be really, really good to not get bubbles in your seam.
Right.
And even us, still sometimes I got a couple bubbles on that patch, but it holds. It works fine. We got Crawdaddy Quando, $10. Says shout out to AZ and Brittany. Great mods.
They are, aren't they?
Shout out.
And they're newer. Great. They're doing a great job. Blood City Fish Keeper says, Josh Price or Rod, any word from Mike at Off the Deep End Aquatics?
I talk to him all the time.
Yeah, he's doing the same thing. He's still there.
He just has not posted on YouTube in a while. He's taken a little step back, but don't worry, he's still there and he will be back.
That's what Matt said. He never came back. If you take a break from YouTube, it's the death of your channel, basically.
Yeah, but you have to think, not everybody can do it to the extent that we do,
Yeah.
I mean, we're kind of fortunate here. We've got 2 people that, do videos. I'm sure Rod over there, if you ask him to do a video every other day, he's going to be like, that's hard.
I was just talking to
it's
Rod
hard.
today, and he wants to start doing a video every single day to help the channel out.
Yeah.
I'm like, more power to you, brother.
He's also got an editor over there helping
Yeah,
him. So
he's got that.
He's got the capability.
He offered
right
his
now.
editor to us, but we'd have to ship him through Dropbox our videos and then come back. And I'm like, our problem is we make a video and then we put it out the next day. Then we make a video, then we put it out the next day. Alexandra Strangle says, I recently bought 2 plecos from Rod at Predatory Fins and Bigrich. When I was opening my box on Tuesday, all I was thinking about was when Rod sent you that delicious baby diaper. Now, mind you, I wasn't in on this, but Josh gets this baby diaper out of the package and he starts running at me with it. Oh my God. It looked real. Why would I think it's not real? And he's running at me. And I had to tell him. Once I got backed up against the tank, I'm like, dude, you come any closer, you're getting hit. I'm telling you, if that gets on me, you're getting hit. I was scared he was going to wipe this poop on me. Turned out to be Nutella. It looked horrible. Smelled great. Rod. Oh my God.
I mean, you guys are all jumping on this crack story. I have a solution to it. I can just stop doing work over here. Nobody will like that one. Hoover's here in the chat tonight. What's up, Hoove?
What's up, Hoover? Matthew Pognan says the issues you guys are having with the rays can be very educational for later down the road. Yes. Now, these rays stayed with us for 5-6 months. Not a problem. Now, mind you, we haven't seen no babies. So we're under the understanding that the red tails, the arapaima, somebody is scooping them up when these rays are having babies at night. Because in the morning, we go out there and there's no babies ever. We've never seen one baby since they came here. But now that we're seeing them getting tore up, we first got turned on to it to when we saw all the cichlids are picking at the tail. And I'm looking at the tail, I'm like, did the cichlids do that? It's down to bone. And, you know, there's no way the cichlids could eat the skin down to the bone. They're picking off of, like, bacteria growing off of the meat, you know what I'm saying, that's hanging out. So somebody was grabbing the stingrays by their tail, and they're pulling away, and they're taking the meat off of the bone at the last inch and a half. So, you know, and it happened to so many rays that we had to remove the rays out of the pool pond. Because it was just getting bad. Now they're all healing up and growing back, and it is growing back, so you ain't got to worry about that. There's tips of bone still showing, but it is growing over and coming back. They're doing all great. They're doing good, a lot better now. But who was to know? You know, that's like when we brought home Anthony Morris's red tail and his huge Temensis bass. He had been in a 6 foot by, or an 8 foot by 8 foot pond all of his life that was like 3.5 foot deep in his basement. And now this thing was like, you know, 36 inches. Biggest Temensis I've ever seen. We put it in our 3,000 gallon. It's an open top too, but not as open as where he come from. We come out in the morning and it was on the ground dead. I mean, I felt so bad that we just went and rescued your fish and give them a bigger home, and now one's dead. They were better off with Anthony. You know what I'm saying? I felt horrible. Plus the fact of that's the biggest Temensis I've ever seen, and now I just killed it. You know, it turns out Wild Bill or Big Bill went after some of our fish, and in the commotion spooked the Temensis, and he freaked and jumped. So, you know, things like that happen, but you can't foresee it. You know, we put all them rays in that pool, and they were great for many, many, many months. You know, and then all of a sudden, boom, somebody starts eating their tails. Well, that's terrible because it opens them up to all kinds of diseases and susceptible for everything, you know. So, and lowers their own immune system. It's very bad, very bad. So we had to move a bunch of them, and you know, it's not like anybody's fault. It's that it's something we had to do, or if we left them there, they would have kept getting chewed on and then eventually died. So we have to move them. You know, it's just something that happens.
James Stewart with the fish question says, how many Oscars would you recommend in a 7 foot by 30 by 30, 330 gallon tank?
That depends. If you've got them mated and paired off, they'll take a 2 foot section of that, and you know, they'll remove the gravel and they'll be there, and then nobody else can come in that 2 foot section. Them Oscars will go after them. So if you've got, say, 3 or maybe even 4 mated pair, you know, each one will find, you know, their section. If you've got nobody mated, they're all females or they're all males, you can have more. It's hard to say. Can't say on that one. You got a trial and error is a big thing. We throw fish in together. If it don't work, we move them before somebody dies. And then, you know, this and that. And it's really hard to say. But I'd say you can fit 4 pairs in there, or probably 10, 12 Oscars if they're not mated. You know?
Yeah, sounds about right. I was going to say 10. Unless you get some big
and this
monsters.
is a guess, an educated guess, you know.
There's never no right or wrong answer. You know, you might get 3 in there, and that's it. That's all you're having. Let's go ahead and get some fish questions in the chat. I know I skipped over a bunch, so if I did not answer them, let's go ahead and post them in there, and let's start getting these questions answered.
Sean H. says, Rich saw 3 rays in the pool after drinking vodka. Not at all.
Whatever happened to your last big golden Dorado? That thing was 28 inches long. He was super old, and I believe he died of old age.
We got him at like 16 years old, and he was here forever.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was old. We've got a couple small ones that grow out and then go into the big tank again. I miss having our big Schimberke in the big tank. I miss having our Dorados in the big tank. So, the problem is you lose a fish, you can't just go out and buy another fish that size, replace it. It'll never happen. You have to grow them out, and it takes time.
Yeah. How is the flower horn? That was sick. He is, I'd say about 95%.
I'd say about 90. He's still a little foggy in his eye, not as happy as I would be with him. He is gotten way, way better, and he's eating good now. But his eye is still a little cloudy. And this is not normal because I've done, 90% water changes every single day for a week to give him fresh, clean, good water. And, it's not going away. And Josh was, Canaplex every day. And what other things you use? You use that yellow stuff. What was that?
That was called Goldfish Fix, but I forget
Pyrex or Bonix or...
I forget the name of the actual medication off the top of my head.
Unless without seeing it, I forget. But, we've tried every medication. He is slowly coming back, but, I wanted it. We're Ohio Fish Rescue. We know how to fix this. I tell everybody, change your water. His Popeye will go away. It hasn't gone away with the change into the water. We had to actually use medication and water changes.
Kathy said, Josh, where did you get the plant floating things and what are they called? I'm not sure. They're on our Amazon wish list. Yes. They're from Aquascape.
Our Amazon wish list is under every single video we put out. You can click right under it. You can hit show more, where it starts talking about, Reaper and Josh did this today. And then it says show more. If you show more, it'll show a bunch of links under there. Our Amazon wish list is there and they're listed on there. So you can see their name, how much they are, blah, 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 if you need something for yourself.
Mike Stambo says, have you seen these cargo container pools? Why don't people use them for predator ponds?
Because they want like $27,000 for each one that are pre-built. It's the price, basically. That's why everyone's using pool ponds for big fish now, because you can get a pool pond for $300. It's vinyl, but if you put the right fish in there, like I would not put pacu in there because they like to eat where the seams come together. There's a little, ridge sticking up. They'll eat at that. I would not put alligator gar in there or any kind of gar, because the gar, if you got a piece of shrimp laying on the bottom, the gar will come up next to it and then it'll tack sideways, hitting the bottom of the pool. We had so many leaks with all these fish in there. We've had just the rays with the arapaima in there for close to a year now? Not one leak.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The ray pool, there's no leaks in it.
Correct.
It's been forever. We don't have fish like a Niger cat or a ripsaw cat. They like to hide along the edge, and when you come walking up on it and look in, they take off by swatting their tail, and they put an 8-inch long slice into your vinyl. I mean, you got to just not have certain fish in there, and then the vinyl pools work great,
Stephen Bundlex says, happy Mother's Day to Tracy and all the moms on this chat.
Aw, thank you, Stephen.
Also, a belated happy Cinco de Mayo. Don't worry, Stephen. We did give Paco that shot of Patron you were asking for, but I took it, not him. We're gonna go ahead and remove that one. Sorry, guy. Oh, what's your least favorite fish? From Armad Dougie.
Ooh.
I've got mine. What's yours?
Yeah. And it's not because of the fish. I'm going to name this. It's not because of the fish. It's because of the circumstances. I actually love the fish, but I'm going to say my least favorite fish would be pacu. Sorry, Stephen. I love the fish because each fish has its own personality. It's like a puppy. They're great fish. The problem is that's our biggest problem here at the rescue, because we have to rescue so many of them is number one problem. Number 2 is no public aquarium wants any. So we don't have an outlet to give them away. 3, they're sold so cheap in the pet stores, and then they grow so fast. Well, that's number 4. They grow faster than any other fish. So with these number 1 through 4, it makes number 5 the worst, which is taking in Pacu and then trying to find them a home. Now with like Paco and Betty and Charlie from the Dort Mall, them are our ambassadors, basically. We keep them here, and we use them to show people how big Pacu get. But we're forever rescuing, Pacu all over the place. And the problem is nobody wants them. And, that's our biggest problem fish is Pacu. Now, but it's not the fish himself.
Viva la Paco.
It's not the Pacu himself. The Pacu are amazing fish. If you've got a big tank and you want to fish, he will be more your buddy than any other fish in that tank. That fish will know when you're coming to feed him, and he will come right over. He will eat out of your hand. He'll watch TV with you. Pacus are amazing. They're water puppies. But the problem is how fast they grow. If the pet stores would only sell them for more, like you can get a baby red tail, and it's $25. Well, you don't have, Jill going in buying her son, little Georgie, a 10-gallon tank and 3 of these red tails because they cost $20-some a piece. But you can get a Pacu for $1.99 a piece, and they glorify him saying, oh, that's a vegetarian piranha. He just eats vegetarian food. He won't mess with your other fish. Yes, they will. They will swallow your other fish if they can fit them in their mouth. They are omnivores. They're not vegetarians. They will eat all your fish. And more problems than that. Anything rubber, any air hose line, any electrical line, you got a power head down in there, they will bite that line and make your power head useless. That was a wasted $30. You know what I'm saying? Pacus are a certain type of fish that a certain type of people will have. But they're great fish. The stores need to stop selling them for $1.99. If they put them up for $25 a piece, then you wouldn't get all these newbies buying them thinking they're going, they'll stay in my tank at 10-gallon. And the pet store's like, sure. I wouldn't have to rescue so many of them. That's the biggest problem right there. Either sell them for more or stop selling them completely. We give window clings to all the pet stores that refuse to sell Pacu. And it's not because of the fish. It's because of how cheap they sell them and how fast they grow. And then once they're big, nobody wants them. You can't talk any public aquarium into taking them. So, there's our problems with that. We love the fish itself. They are very, like I said, out of all the fish, you can have tiger shovelnose, red tails, arapana, all this other stuff, and none of them will be as much of a dog or a puppy to you as a Pacu will. That Pacu knows you. He will come over to you. They like to be petted. They like to be fed, You're there, ask Stephen Bundleck. He treated this thing like it was his, best dog friend he's ever had. It was terrible to see him leave, and he still checks on him. This is 2 years later. He's still here checking on him. Did you give Paco this? Did you give Paco? His name is Paco, the Pacu. So, yeah, it's they're great fish, but that's my problem fish. What's your problem fish?
I was going to say Paco.
Oh. You said you had yours. What's mine?
I know. I'm saying I have mine. What's yours? I'm just saying when you've got 20 Pacu in a tank and you walk by and trying to feed them and they splash you, you're like, oh.
This guy.
We've got, what is the biggest Pacu on record from OBG Foster? That is about 40 inches long. And they can weigh upwards of 100 pounds. The black Pacu can get much bit bigger. They can get a little bit over 40 inches, a little over 100 pounds. People are asking about the tank. The tank is fine. It's got a couple more inches to go yet. So it is getting, since the tanks, I'm having feeling from the 700, since the level's getting closer, the amount of water traveling over is getting less and less and less as they level off. So when it was empty, it was filling a lot quicker. Now that it's getting closer, it's taking a lot more time. Your phone's going to die, so that's why I keep shutting off the screen. Where was I at? We've got Jim Jarrett, $20. Says, go Team Tracy.
Well, thank you for that. Go and T says, we're not mad at Rod, but definitely throw him in the pool as a pain in the ass charge. You hear that, Rod?
Hayden G says, Bigrich, if I wanted to take my vacation at work and come up to Ohio and volunteer for a week, would that be okay?
Sure. Well, I've got spare bedrooms, but I work, so I'm out there, I'm working, I'm doing stuff. So just hang out with me, and then you got the rest of the evening open.
Mike Z asks, have you ever had goldfish? We have koi ponds out back, out front. We're filling up a 750-gallon now so we can transfer our specialty goldfish into that tank. So yes, we have plenty of goldfish. Brittany Ziblitz, $20, says, Hoove, my donation is in support of Hoovster in the house or hanging with the Hoovster.
Hoovster.
OFR's third channel petition.
Oh,
JK,
no.
but seriously though, hashtag tank. Did you guys find the water dragon?
No. Now, this is like our 7th sighting, and we cannot catch him. So I'm going to go buy some traps and try it that way, some really sensitive traps, because he weighs nothing. So you put him in a cat trap, he's going to walk right over that actuator and get the food or whatever and then walk out. He's not going to actuate it. He don't weigh nothing. So we have to get really sensitive traps. Because every time we see him, I've seen him with an abundance of people. Every time we see him, we cannot catch him. We get close and he just runs, and there's so much room. It's like trying to catch a monkey. There's so much room in that room. And then he goes behind a tank or under a tank or behind the what are them shelves called? The Home Depot shelves in the back, the rack system? Pallet racks. I mean, we cannot catch him. We have tried. We've seen him probably 6-7 times now. So, but I'm worried because summer's coming and people are going to start leaving the door open to outside. So I need to catch him before this happens.
Update on the Jow. The Jow's doing fine. He's in the 650 dog bone. He eats probably twice a week. And he is a slow eater. He is not a fast grower. So I don't really see a difference.
He's in with the Goonch.
Correct.
And Hubert. He's in there. So
the Goonch has grown 3 inches. Since
they're almost the same size now. The Goonch,
bigger.
No, the Jow's wider for sure.
They're
about the same length.
Wider.
They're about the same length.
The Goonch is longer.
You think?
I know so. I measured him. So I measured
Leave it to Josh to measure the length.
I measured the Goonch the other night. When we got him in, he was pushing close to 26 inches. Now he is 28. And that's not including the streamer off the back of his tail. So right. He is growing. And his teeth are getting so big.
He's so impressed with the teeth.
Oh, my goodness.
Listen, OBG Foster says, I'm coming to Ohio for a wedding on June 11th. I will try to figure out a time to volunteer and send an email. Okay, listen. Send your email. But if I don't answer you, send it again. If I don't answer you, send it again. If I don't answer you, send it again. I get, 500 emails a day, and I try and answer, 100 or so. And then next, I've got another 500 coming in. So these get lost in the background. And then I answer some off the 500 here, and then they get lost in the background. So the only way to get through to me is keep sending an email until I actually get back to you. People are like, well, I don't want to upset you. You're not upsetting me. You're getting lost in the backlash of extra, there's just too much coming in for one person. I need a personal assistant or an internet liaison or something like that, but I just can't afford to hire somebody is the problem. I need someone that will walk around and video me doing all this work that I do and then edit it, So, I mean, when the channel grows, I will hire people for this stuff and things will get better. So the longer you stick with us, the better things are for you.
Jim Sheasley, $5 says you guys can just buy more dragons and iguanas and have a real jungle.
I can't have just random, things running around that may or may not get out. And
Be a lot cooler if you did, though. Ambrose No says, Josh, you can catch it. Come on. I have not been here for a sighting. It's always been the volunteers.
or me and Reaper saw it, and then Dylan and Ben and Jen and all of the volunteers were forever trying to chase that thing down.
And the pronunciation is Goonch with an N before the CH. Yes.
Rob Stingle says, Bigrich, did you bring your cushion this week? I'm going to say right now, no. Ow. Ow.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. My butt hurts so bad. I'm going to go to the car and get my cushion.
Tom Arnold says, what are your guys' thoughts on the man-made parrotfish? Do you think it's unethical to have them or breed them since their mouths are so deformed? Not everyone's mouth is deformed. They have a place in the hobby because, people enjoy them, even though I don't support it. It's fine. Even though I've rescued literally hundreds of them. We had the Ohio State University was doing a breeding program with their aquaponics team, and they literally brought us several hundred of these parrotfish, of Midas cichlids. Before that, we saved probably about 30 pacu from them, and tiger shovel nose. So,
Rojo seat off of a wheelchair. Oh my goodness. Okay, look. Ethical. I do not believe it's ethical to do this to the fish. But as far as owning them, we take in any and all fish. Broke back, unethical, painted fish, whatever. They all deserve a good place to live. As far as, do I think it's cool for them to do this to the fish? Absolutely not. They should just leave stuff alone and, quit trying to make a couple extra bucks because you got a heart on the side of a fish that you tattooed onto it. Come on.
Raheem's asking, where's the vampire crab that came in with the water dragon? We rehomed the crab to Luke. Luke made a whole terrarium for him, so there we go.
And he's on here now. How's the crab doing, Luke?
Texas cichlid, what do you think of them in a pair? Mine has been in the tank by himself for quite a long time because everything seems to not get along. We've you stick Texas in a smaller tank, of course they're going to try and run the tank, kill anything you put in there. Put them in a larger tank. That's all I can say. And we usually put them in communities, and they're fine.
Stephen Machin says Hoover's gone because the fridge has been empty since Rich has been out of time. That's awesome. Oh, Hoover. Is that what it is? There's no food here for you, buddy?
I just lost. Bruno Gomes says, do you have any yellow labs to rehome? We do not at this time. I do have.
We just gave away like 40 of them.
Yeah. We did just get in probably about 100 to 200 blue cobalt fry. They're about a half-inch long, so all of those can be rehomed. But no yellow labs
we
right
got
now.
A bunch of
Mm-hmm.
them.
Are you guys planning on getting any vampire fish anytime soon? You guys had some monster ones. In time, we will get some back.
We bought a bunch last time, and a few grew out. But the problem is, you keep 5 together, 2 of them are going to eat the other 3. Or not eat them, just kill them. They take their big vampire teeth and they put through the eye of the other fish, the other GATF, and then it dies. And we're like, why would you do that? So
vampire fish,
right?
Armadas,
yeah. So we'd have to raise them up in 5 different tanks to get them of any size, and then put them together and hope they don't kill each other. But if they do, you're so hurt because then that's a $500 to $800 fish at 20 inches. That's crazy.
Just so you guys know, we probably got 2 more inches on the tank out back. Then I can go and get the filters turned on because they're sitting out there dry. So I can't forget that tonight. Any info on ballast sharks would be appreciated. Thinking about getting one. They can get over 16 inches long. They are
great community fish tank.
Community fish, fast moving.
They'll eat anything, floating pellets, flakes. They eat, and they grow. But after 10 years, they can get 14, 16 inches. You can give them to OFR at that point. We'll put them in our big 1,800-gallon community tank with the rest of them, and you can get new ones for $1.99, being 2 inches. They're great fish. I have no problems with them at all.
Rob Deckman says, have you guys ever had any wolffish? Just curious if they make good pets. We actually have 2 right now. We've got a Malabarcus around 15-inch, and we have a true Amara around 8 or 9-inch. They are very, very boring. They just sit there all day until it's time to feed. Then the Amara likes to wake up and cause a ruckus. But the Amara can get up to 40 inches long, and that is one fish that scares me more than the goonch, more than the Goliath tigerfish. So once he gets bigger, you stick your hand in that tank, and they are on it trying to bite the crap out of you. AJ says, didn't you guys have a Lynx catfish? Yes, we did, and the Lynx went back to his original owner, where it is now and still remains. He actually called me not too long ago trying to sell it back to us. So you might see him back here at the rescue sometime soon. Who knows?
Moby Dick of dopeness.
Oh, dopeness.
You said depends. Says you need a big dovi. We have big dovi. In the 3000 is King that came from Rick Ferguson. And isn't there one in the pool too? Okay. So we got one big dovi.
Kathy says, what size tank would be good for 5 of the blue cichlids you have to get adopted? They are literally that long.
3/4 of an
long. So they get as big as these. Wait, where's the blue cobalts? I'll point one out here on screen as soon as they swim by.
Right there, light blue. Oh, you can't see that.
It's the semi-striped guys. They are down here. That one.
I told you right there. There's
that
one.
That one.
This one.
That one. So they literally max out at around 4 inches or so. So
maybe
they stay,
5.
Yeah, they stay relatively small. What's the dividing line between really big fish and monster fish? I would say 3 foot and 4 foot. 4 foot is when you get into monster fish.
Right. Well, 3 foot, I would say. Art May says, Big Rich, I got the biggest catfish out of Lake Logan. Anyway, there was 6 pounds, 12 ounces. About one of your big fish from Ohio. That's
6
a challenge.
Pounds? That's so cute.
That's cute.
The last catfish we had die was 44 inches long and close to 50 pounds.
Yes. And we've got probably 8 more just like him in the pool pond now.
That are bigger.
Right. And geez, all them pacu are about 50 pounds apiece.
Yeah.
Brutus is probably 80, 70.
I'd say 80 pounds. He's getting thick.
6 foot, thick as can be. Oh my God, he's heavy. So yeah, that little 6 pounds is cute.
I think I've got a bass over 6 pounds.
He's probably
10, 15 pounds.
15-pound bass. Yeah.
I forgot about that one. I'm talking about in the bass tank. I forgot about our big Tem.
We got a big Tem that's probably 32 inches in the 3,000 gallon Temensis bass. He's a monster. Got to be well over 15 pounds.
At least 15 pounds. Michael Love says, seen a goonch for sale in a pet shop listed as dwarf goonch. This doesn't seem correct. There are a couple different species of goonch. There are dwarf goonch. They only get about 2 foot.
Well, that's not dwarf. Dwarf is 6 inches.
Yeah.
How big's the Capri get?
That's a
That's a Paraevo, yeah. Okay, the goonch, the Bigrich Urelli, And the other one?
The smallest one is the Bigrich.
That's it.
But those are seldomly mistaken for Urelli goonch, often imported as Urelli, and you get Bigrich, which will max out at around 2 foot. But there are 3 other species that are a little harder to come by and not seen as much, but they are imported from time to time, and they range from anywhere from 2 to 5 foot. The actual Bigrich Urelli is the monster, can get over 6 foot long. I already read that.
But so long. I mean, it takes so long to get that big,
So I was going to make a video on this topic, the man-eating fish of the world. They're hardly seen in today's society because of overfishing, and the fish don't have the time to get to their max size.
20 years ago, you would see 16, 18-foot alligator gars. Huge.
12 foot.
Now they're 10, 12 foot. Because they can't live. They have to live 80 to 100 years to get that size. And they get fished out of the river and killed before they get that size,
Say now they're about 8, and the record I think is 12 foot.
All right. Used to be like 16 or something. I forget what it was.
Yes, the 750 still filling. I have not forgotten, guys. I check
but thank you for reminding them.
I check.
You're acting like I've got it, guys, but you asked them to remind you.
I know. I'm saying I check it every time that they mention it. Update on the black devil catfish. The black devil passed away probably 4 months ago. Sad, but it happens. The Fahaka guy, $10, has almost missed the stream. Much love. Hope all is well with the rescue.
Glad to have you here. Of course, we're still trotting along like normal. Nothing bad's happened. We're good.
Speaking of the Fahaka, you can't forget to take the Fahaka with you.
Oh, we are going down to the Mammoth Cave Aquarium Expo. We're leaving tonight. We get off here at 8 o'clock. I think at midnight or 1 o'clock we're leaving. It's a 7-hour drive down to Kentucky, and we're going to be at the Mammoth Cave in Cave City all weekend long. Come get your signatures. Come get pictures taken with me. We'll be there all week. We're going to bring our Nerf guns so that we can attack JP Merlot, the owner. He also runs Kentucky Fish and Tank Rescue in Kentucky. So yeah, we're going to have a good time. It'll be me, Reaper, and Willstar are going on this trip.
There you go, Raheem. He wants to be a mod. Oh, there's...
Don't hit remove.
No, I was trying to get your
okay.
wheel. There you go, Raheem. We got Alexander Stengel, $20. Says Happy Mother's Day, Tracy. You hear that, Mom?
Okay, now Raheem, let me tell you, like I've told all my other mods, there is no actual job. If you happen to be here and something comes up, someone's like, "Oh, Josh wears pantyhose," go ahead and just remove the comment. If a person keeps being a problem, you can delete them, remove them from the channel. But only after, you've tried to be nice to them. Then remove, So, but, if you're not here, it's no big deal. It's okay because other mods are here, This is why I have so many mods, so that nobody has to work. You have to be here every Friday, No, there's plenty of people here, and you don't have to work. And if you don't get to it, someone else will. It's great. It's all good. You don't take it as a job. But if you happen to be here and you see something wrong, somebody say a rude comment, you can, remove the comment. If they keep being a jerk after you've warned them, then you can remove them, So that's all. It's a very simple job. It's just nice to have monitors here while we're talking and we can't watch that aspect.
Bigrich and Josh, hello from Ireland. You've been doing a great work, but also under a lot of pressure for a long time. Do you have any vacations planned to take a break and reduce stress?
No, I wish. We're doing this Mammoth Cave thing this weekend, and that's a work weekend. We're going down there. We're trying to, push JP's show. It's the Mammoth Cave Aquarium Expo. He started it. He did the first one last year, and he treated us like royalty. We were the biggest YouTubers there. This year, we're bringing more YouTubers, and he's got more coming. And you know, it's a nice, great show, and we want to push it. But we have to work there. I have not seen the Mammoth Cave. There's an actual cave down there that you can take tours through. It's a 3-hour tour, and you go down under the earth and through the cave. I have not seen it because I'm working the crowd and you know, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm Bigrich, you know. Oh, you want your picture? Sure, no problem. And I do this for 8 hours a day. And then afterwards, he takes us out for dinner, and then we hit our hotel room where I have to watch Tracy for 8 hours from midnight until 8 a.m. And then I have to be back at the show at 10. So, and I don't have the ability to be down there for 2 days straight, 2 nights straight, and take a day for myself to go sightseeing, because it's really hard for me to get enough nurses to watch Tracy while I'm gone. So our nurses are saints, and, you know, they're willing to work, you know, these 3 different shows that I do a year. I cut it way back. I was doing like 14 shows a year. Now I'm only doing the 3 biggest. And the Cave Aquarium show is one of our, because we're pushing that one. It's one of ours that we're closely, you know, sewn in with. So, like the Aquashellas, we just go there and work. You know, we go there and have a good time. They pay for our hotel. They pay for our food, and we get to go out. Like, I would have never went where they took us out to eat. We went out to this place that was like, I think $60 a plate or something, and it was all you can eat barbecue. Oh my God, was that amazing? You know,
Check this tank.
so I went for that, and I worked all day and worked all evening, and you know, we get that. So that's 2 Aquashellas and the Mammoth Cave Aquarium Expo every year is the only 3 I'm doing until Tracy's better, or we get more nurses or something. Then I can go back to, I haven't done no speaking engagements. The OCA wanted us to speak there. We had a speaking engagement at like, I don't know, 7 of the fish clubs around town. I could not go to any of them. I could not do that. I was out there all the time doing all these speaking engagements. I can't do that because right now Tracy has taken over our lives. And, you know, I'm not complaining. If it wasn't for us doing what we're doing now, she would already be passed and gone. And no one wants that. So what we're doing is giving her time to heal and come back to us. And that's worth the world to me. So it's not like a job. We are doing what we have to do, so I can't do these other things, you know. Was it fun? Yes, it was great. I loved going around, you know, and doing all these speaking engagements. It was great. But, you know, we're in a situation that this comes first. I'm sorry, you know, so I just had to cancel with the Ohio Cichlid Association. I had a speaking engagement with them that I was really going to try and make, but because we didn't have a second nurse, we lost the nurse that we had before. So now it's close enough that I might be able to take that back on, unless he, you know, assigns somebody else in the meantime when this other nurse gets hired. I don't know. You know, we'll see. We'll deal with that as it comes. Okay, Tom Arnold says, what is the rarest fish you guys currently house? Ooh, that would probably be the 2 alligator gars in our albino tank that have the piebald morph to them that Vincent Wu gave to us. Them are very, very rare. So I would say that would have to be it.
Thanks, still good. We're getting close. It's slow. Slow.
Sheldon from Big Bang Theory says a portable Bigrich robot needed for these events. That would be awesome. I could do the event from home. The robot would come in with my picture on the screen. That would be awesome. I like the way you think.
Soft shell turtle rescue. Any info would help about the size of my palm of my hand. Soft shell turtles are mean. They do need a basking area, but love to be in the water. You can keep them in with fish. Just make sure they are large enough that they cannot eat them or catch them and hold them down.
Answer this question. I just answered it, but I'd like your opinion on it. Tom Arnold says, what is the rarest fish you guys currently house?
See, you've got two different sides of the story to this question. You've got rarest as in what costs the most, and rarest as in what's the hardest to get.
Right.
What costs the most?
Then go ahead and pick two. What costs the most and what's your rarest to get?
What costs the most is the albino gars.
That's what I chose as my fish.
But the rarest would have to be most hardest to get. There's a couple out there.
Come on. Come on, Poindexter. We're all waiting. We're waiting.
It's a tough one.
Mm-hmm. What would you say?
It's definitely a catfish. But I'm thinking in between. Now, this is just brought on because of the import laws. They are hard to get. They are hard to find because they're illegal.
They're not rare, but they're rare for us because we can't get them.
Correct. So that means they're rare for everyone else in the world.
In the United States.
And Europe, Australia.
You think?
Like that. Yeah.
No, if they're rare here, they're freedom easy over there.
Just think if
CITES is for the United States.
I'm not talking about that. It is banned by the country. You cannot export these fish from our country because we don't allow it.
Okay. We're not allowed to have Asian arrows, but Canada, which is a hop, skip, and a throw away from us, are allowed to have them.
Okay, so if I'm saying, okay, there's one fish in a river in our country that is found in our country only, and I say, you guys cannot export these fish
like the
anywhere.
fly river turtle from Papua New Guinea. That's the only place you can get them from, and they're not allowing export out, and
okay, so
they're on the list.
Think about this. The closer you get to Papua New Guinea, the cheaper those turtles are. You can get a fly river turtle for $20 over in Indonesia. But over here, they're $2,000.
Right.
So the same thing holds for, say, if you got a fish in South America, Europe would be more expensive,
Okay.
Australia.
I hear a lot of this, but I'm not getting the answer.
I have to say, Planiceps is definitely up there.
Hard, and African arrow is also hard.
They're
hard because they're hundreds, but as babies, they are filter feeders. They need live brine shrimp through the water that they can constantly filter, like a whale shark, and filter feed until they get about 12 inches. Then they grow. So you don't see very many because how many have died out there?
They're hard to keep alive, but I wouldn't say that they are rare because I know probably 3-4 different importers right now that have several hundreds of them.
But they all die from people.
12-inch. I mean, you're going to pay the price. With the smaller ones, you're looking at about $60. With a 12-incher, you're looking at around $200-300.
You find me a 12-incher for $200, I'll buy 2 of them to add to our collection.
Well, you're going to have to buy shipping on top of them.
It's like, well, then there's this.
But
speed.
I know where they're at. Hey, we got Brittany's Nibbles $20 says hashtag Big Rich Mullet Robot like George Jetson, but so much better. Hashtag Tank. Also want to shout out all the mods. They are such great people and the Friday Fishy fam.
You mods are awesome. Thank you
guys
so much for your
date
job.
Night, for me, so fun.
Oh, tonight's date night, Brittany? You better get your man to get you some good food and take care of you after the show because you worked date night. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you for working on date night. That's awesome. Yes, all of our mods are amazing people. And, you know, I don't go looking for mods. It's the people that want to be a mod that turn out to be the best mods. They want to be involved. They want to be part, you know. But the problem we have is, say we got 10 mods, and then all of a sudden we get a new mod. That new mod wants to prove themselves, so they start doing everything to where no mod does anything. This is what I keep saying, that you don't have to do. If you happen to be online and something comes up, go ahead and take care of it. That's okay. If you're not online but once a week, that's fine too. You add to the help, you know. it's not a job that you are required to put in so many hours. You don't have to do all this, and you don't have to be number one mod. Just if you're online and something comes up and you can handle it, we appreciate it. That's it. That's the purpose for having multiple mods.
How many prune sharks do you guys have? What's the biggest you've kept?
3 and about, I'd say, 37 inches now? 38?
Wrong and about correct. We have 4.
We have 4?
We have 3 in the monster
Oh, I forgot
pond,
about the short body.
1 in the
4400.
4400.
We have 4.
And yeah, I'd say he's about 36 or so.
Okay.
So
He's getting
right on the
big.
money. This is the first time we've had prune sharks. So
No, this is the first time that we actually agree.
and we've been growing these guys out, and they are starting to become a problem out there. Like I'll be out there and I see them. They are going after fish. They can have an attitude. Raheem says, any plans for paddlefish?
Yes. Now, Rodrigo from Predatory Fins is coming out here, and we are going to this. We're going to go with him. We're going to this paddlefish hatchery that we know of and have known of for many years, and we're all going out there together as part of a collab. It'll be Rodrigo, Bigrich, Paul Cafaro, and anybody else that we end up getting going by then. But it's definitely those 3 for sure. And we're going to probably pick us out a paddlefish or 2. I've been wanting to go there for a while.
He's 30 minutes away from Mammoth Cave. I've tried getting them to fish some out for the last month. Not happening. I think that is a seasonal thing.
It's definitely a seasonal thing.
But every time that I talk to him, he's like, oh yeah, come on down anytime you want. We'll get paddlefish and whatnot. I seen guy up in Wisconsin just recently went down there and probably picked up about 20 of them.
Well, why don't you set something up for this weekend? Call him again, because I'll be down there.
You won't do it.
All right, well,
Can't get 'em.
Rod seems to think that everything's all copacetic. So I said, I'll go with you, and you pick up what you want. I'll pick up what I want, and blah, blah, blah. And we'll do a collab and all this, videoing and stuff. And, what's his name? Our buddy from Florida,
Oh.
Paul Cafaro, is going with us.
I
So
think it's a numbers thing. He's not going to drain the pond to catch 2. He's going to drain the pond to catch 30.
right. So we're going to go down there. We're going to do that, and then I'm going to investigate into the albinos.
He doesn't have none.
Where was the place that did?
So Sage in Missouri.
Missouri. That's the place that I was. Yes.
And they're a couple grand a piece.
Okay.
He said he does have 3 right now. Cannot give a price. He's trying to breed them. So only get the regular ones.
All
But
right.
I mean, at the same time, we have our place local here. They're less than 40 minutes down the road, and they're 80 bucks.
They're the ones that keep giving us problems that they won't give them to us unless they can back up to our pond and release them,
Do you know why?
because they don't know who we are.
Because they are within the Lake Erie watershed, and paddlefish are illegal.
Okay.
So we have to have a permit. And that's why they won't deliver to us. If your pond's outside the Lake Erie watershed, they'll show up and deliver it, no problem whatsoever. I read that on there.
Well, they won't let me go and pick up either.
If you show them our permit, they 100% will.
All right, so I got to work on getting a permit for a
Yeah, you got to
paddlefish.
call the lady with the
Well, that's a
native species.
native species.
Mhm.
I've got a permit for that. The chief of, what was it called? Wildlife, Division of Wildlife. The chief is going to write me a handwritten permit for like years. I can have a fish, any of these native fish for like 5 years, and more if I need more, she said.
Right.
So I'll call her back, get the permit, and then we can get them from them.
Correct.
Okay.
And they are cheaper than what he was telling us down there. By about 50%. We got Ross Dingle says, it's Rod picking up that big curved tank off of you guys.
We don't know. We got like 5 people interested in it, so who knows? We're still trying to figure out how to get the Dwight Howard tank in, the 1,000 tank in. So once those 2 are in, then we have to, worry about the curved tank and where to put it. So it's not high on our priority. We have it here. It's just sitting there until. But if somebody else wants to, get it, and we can go with that too.
I lost my place here. How many? Any idea how many gallons of water is in a pond that's 4 foot long, 2.5 wide, and 1 foot deep?
Ooh, that ain't much.
Yeah.
Do it right here. Do what I do, people. Go to Google and just type in TANKCALC.
4.5 times 2.5.
All right, and you go to tank volume calculator. I'm trying to show them. Stop. So now you pick rectangular tank. Height would be how much?
4.5
feet.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you just said 1 foot.
4.5 by 2.5 by 1 foot tall.
So it's 4.5 long, 1 foot tall. So I'm asking you, height is 12 inches. Okay. Width would be how much?
2.5.
So 24 is 2, so 12, so 30 inches. And then length would be how much? 4 foot, 48 inches. Okay, calculate. Now that comes up to, where's the answer? Oh, here we go. It's 74.81 gallons, 75 gallons. 4 foot by 30 inches by 1 foot. 75 gallons. And that's, everybody else can do the same thing. Tank, calc, and then put your dimensions in, and it'll do it for you. Very easy program.
I think that one's wrong. 84 gallons.
Did you put in 30 by 12 by 48?
You did not 54. It's 4.5.
Oh, I did 48, which is 4 foot. So it's 84 gallons.
If you want to do it a little bit quicker, if you have it in feet, you do length times length times length times 7.481. If you do it in inches, you do inches times inches times inches and divide it by 268. That'll get you gallons every single time.
Yeah. It's easier. The graphic user interface on internet is much easier for most people.
Let me get back to YouTube here. We just got a message. Someone wants us to take in a 14-inch Giardini.
Well, of course. We never say no to any fish. That's why half the time I don't even ask what the fish are. All I go is, okay, you got fish, what size? I need to know that because of what size tubs to bring, And once they tell us the size, I'm like, okay, we're good. Reaper's like, well, what fish we picking up? I don't know. There's a 14-inch, a 12-inch, a 7-inch, and 8 inches. So bring this tub, and then that tub. So that's what I send them on. I don't even ask the type of fish because I don't want to be known as that type of place where they'll only accept what they like. You know what I'm saying? We take any and all, so we don't even need to know what it is. We just say yes, and then we come and get them. But I do need a size. If there's 74 12 inches, I have to bring, the 500-gallon tub. If there's 24 inches, I can bring the 200-gallon tub, stuff like that. It's all on the size.
People are asking which phone that we're using. This is the S22 Ultra. The best
with
camera on the
512K memory, which helps us out because we can do 2, 3, 4 videos at a time without erasing stuff to make the new video fit. So the S22 Ultra is at 4K at 60 frames per second, and it's also 103 megapixels pictures. So we can take our thumbnails at 103 megapixel. We can do all of our videos in 4K at 60 frames per second. which is what you guys are enjoying now.
Are Phoenix barbs fast or slow growing? They are slow.
Very slow growing.
I was asking about a bass in a 330 with Oscars.
That'd be fine, but
Any sort of bass besides a Temensis, they will outgrow the tank.
Eventually,
The
10 years from now.
the rest of them will stay.
I would
smaller.
say get a Temensis, grow it until it's getting too big, then give it to OFR, and then buy baby Temensis again. I love Temensis bass.
How big are the platinum gars? Say about three and a half foot.
Yeah, 38 inches, something around there.
Hey guys, we got 15 minutes left, so let's go ahead and get
Ask
them
us some fishy
in the
questions,
chat.
and we can help you with your flight. And be interested in adding additional aquatic turtles. No, we're not a turtle rescue.
I
We
would,
do
however,
rescue.
add an albino soft shell or albino red deer sliders because they're cool.
Right. We're not a turtle rescue. We have never turned away a turtle. We do take in all turtle rescues, but we give them to the rescues that we know. We know 4 different turtle rescues. So we're not looking to build up and say, hey, we're a turtle rescue too. We get plenty the way it is now.
Plans for more saltwater.
No, it's just going to be the 265 along with the 180, and then probably 200 gallons in the sump.
Maybe around there.
Let's say 150 then. 280, 380, 480, 580, and then 30 would be 610 gallons. That's what we will have total in saltwater water.
Okay.
Shalala Harrison says, do giraffe cats get along with cichlids?
They get along with everything as long as they cannot eat them. If they fit in their mouth, they're gone.
Now, I love the giraffe cats. They are sand sifters or gravel sifters. They suck in all the gravel, eat the dirt off of it, and the gravel comes out their gills. Love them fish.
I was asking, how do you feel about your polypterus collection growing?
Love it.
Several years ago, we used to have some of the largest polypterus around, and we ended up getting rid of them, and now we've slowly getting our collection back. Or some of the old ones passed away. We've had a huge ornate around 30 inches long. We know some guys over in California that have some absolute monsters.
Monsters.
So they are great. What is your dream fish yet to house?
Big albino paddlefish. I want a collection of armadas and GATFs together. Like say 6 of each. Big boys, at least 2 foot.
Whale shark.
Yeah, stop it.
A banjo shark. Pretty cool. Mekong cat.
Oh, that's one of my dream fish, but we can't have it.
A giant snakehead. That'd be
Keith
cool.
Becker says, OFR boys, Bigrich is back on the diet. I'm going to have to send you guys some pastrami again. Thank you. They will love it.
Did Josh get a haircut or clean up the beard? I did both. I mean, I got to
I'm
keep
the one
hair
with the
trim.
haircut. Just happened.
Yeah, I think I cut mine like 3 days ago.
3 days? Okay.
I mean, it's just no normal maintenance and grooming. You can't let the stuff get out of control. Got to stay presentable.
How much do paddlefish cost?
Which ones?
Let's say a foot. Let's say 2 foot. And then I'll buy them.
Anywhere from, so they give you a range from 12 to 24 inch. Locally, they are $80 a piece. If they're around 3 foot, they're usually like 120. But most people don't know this and know about paddlefish, nurseries and fisheries, that they'll go and buy these paddlefish for 80, $120 and put them up for sale for $500 because nobody has seen them before. So, yeah, they're not really an expensive fish. You just have to give them the right conditions to be able to keep them. And transport is the hardest thing. You need pure oxygen. You can't just have air stones on them.
Right. Kevin Clark says, if the saltwater tank is up by August, which it will be, Kevin, I can give you some corals. Having to drive from Michigan to Florida around then, Ohio's on the way. Plan on it. It will be up and running. I just finished the plans on where I'm putting all the equipment. So now I got to drill the holes in the wood, then paint the wood black, then mount all the equipment in there, then put it under the stand. Then I can put the stand in place, put the tank on it, and start the water running. I'm going to use bio balls and get it going. And we've got the RO system already figured out, so I will be using nothing but RO water, and we'll go from there. So it will start building, and then we'll put all of our saltwater stuff into it. And we've got now bubble anemones, and they are so awesome. You wake up every day, they're moved. It's great. We had to move our double Duncan corals because the bubble anemone took over where they were sitting. So we had to move the double Duncans, and the bubble anemones pretty much stayed in that same spot around. It moves us with like 3-4 inches around, but it stays right around there. But yeah, we will be up and running definitely by then.
Okay. How much I worry about bites or aggression? I wouldn't worry about it at all. Okay, we're gonna wait on this one to be ready. What do you guys think about freshwater moray eels? They're fine.
But they're not freshwater.
Right. They're usually salt converted to fresh.
No, they are all salt converted to freshwater, which diminishes their lifespan and diminishes their life capacity. So I don't condone it. I mean, it's neat, but
if they're bred in fresh water, which they are now,
they're trying now. Yeah,
they're
fresh. Bred that way and they're born that way, then you're much better off.
We're gonna wait to read that one, Brittany, until my dad gets back in here.
I'm here. Go ahead. I just couldn't sit no more. My butt's hurt.
We got Camantha Norland asking any decision on baby names yet. We have not decided yet. We keep going back and forth.
Well, if you don't decide,
we like the name, and now we hate the name. So
no, it's
hard
Tracy.
To say.
It's Grandma's name, Tracy. You don't decide. I'll decide for you, Tracy.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Got to be a cute name. We will know soon. I mean, July will be here before we know it.
And what were the two we were on? Something Marie.
There was Isabella, Ariel, and Aurora.
Ariel Marie was the one,
and she hates Ariel now. So
why?
Because someone in the comments mentioned the name Areola.
Oh, come on!
She can't think of anything.
I love that name, Ariel. That's our little princess, our little mermaid. I love that. I'm gonna have a talk with Brittany.
Well, we're thinking it Isabella or Aurora, but who knows? It keeps going back and forth, and really? I don't like it.
Ahora? Really? That's I'm sorry to say that, but that's worse than areola.
Well, saying is what it is. At least I didn't name my kid Joshua.
Hey, that was not my fault, and I was very mad about that. You had a nice biblical name, Joshua. I decided on Joshua, a nice biblical name. I liked it. It was your mother. I couldn't spell when I wasn't in the room.
Hey, you want to read the super chat from Brittany?
You go down to it.
Nope, down.
It was all the way down.
What the hell? All right, up.
That's what I'm saying.
There you go.
Okay. She asked again.
$10.
Oh my God, no. Brittany, I thought you loved me. Hey, Josh, is Bruce handy? Can you grant us one chicken tittle bite? Watch your
Chicken
nips.
titty bite.
As hashtag watch your nips, Rich. The chat needs it. No.
They'd seen me grab Bruce and they knew it was coming. They're like, he got up
This
because he
kid
knew.
is deadly with this. He gets my nipple all the time and it hurts. And these things are painful. I mean, these are like little rocks and they're points. They're not like soft rubber. These things are hard. And he gets me every time. It's so painful. You know what? You're not my favorite mod no more, Brittany.
Okay. Where's your phone? Let me check the tank real quick. We got 5 minutes, so let's get your
fishy questions, guys.
in.
I'm going to go down to the bottom.
Oh,
Kathy
we
says
are
stop
close.
whining. Whining spelled with a W-H, Kathy. If you're going to rag on me, I'm going to rag on you.
JF
Because
said,
she actually said stop winning.
would you sell OFR as is for $1 million, Camaro included?
$1 million.
1.8.
1.8, absolutely. Come on with it. Bring it on. I will even tell you all. I will give you everything that goes with that Camaro. All of the pictures, all of the trophies, everything, the checkerboard flooring underneath of it. You get it all. You get all the extra parts I have. You get everything.
People are saying Aurora's a beautiful name and they love it, Isabella. We shall see. We're probably going to come up to the day of the birth and still not have a name.
I like the Ariel Marie. Because that's our little mermaid. You know?
The Kurgan, $5, says, hey guys, 5-year-old 14-inch Oscar with hole in the head. How do I cure it? Thanks, guys, and stay fishy.
Water changes, water changes, water changes.
And you can also add in some Prazi Pro. That's
Or
the only
salt.
medication that really helps with hole in
But
the
we
head.
don't do any medications. We just put fresh water, clean water in, and it clears up on its own every single time. It comes from bad water parameters. So you have high nitrites or something's going on in your tank or you got it from somebody that already had it, whatever. But it's from bad water is what holds the head is from. So fresh water, it clears right up.
Okay. Aratus with Texas cichlid, yes or no? I would say so they know. Aratus is a smaller African cichlid.
Only gets about 4 or 5 inches, and the Texas cichlid gets way big, like the size of an ostrich.
Exactly. Yeah, so someone's asking about the calculations. If you are in feet, you do foot times foot times foot. You times it by 7.418. If you are in inches, you do inches times inches times inches and divide it by 268.
Or you go online and you search for tank calc and you put in what it asks you. You want a rectangle or a cylinder? Because that's only for a rectangle tank, his thing. You can do octagon,
It's cubic
cylinder.
inches. It don't matter if it's round, square, 59 corners
Okay.
to it. Good luck
Search for
finding the
tank
volume.
calc, and then boom, you're done. You put in what it asked for, and you got the answer.
Volume is volume is volume.
Michael Love says, "Are you having a water birth?"
No,
I thought you
water
were. Home birth, water birth. You said.
We are not having neither anymore.
No?
For
At least ask for a midwife.
for doulas, the home birth people kind of scared us off because I don't know how they're talking about.
Okay, get a midwife for the hospital.
We have that. Private room. Midway.
Private room, awesome. Then you'll be good.
All right, let's get a few more questions in the chat tonight.
Hayden G says, wish I could go to the Mammoth Cave, but I cannot. So I'll do the next biggest thing and watch the videos for sure. I will see now. Here's the problem, guys. Whenever we do these show videos, they never do very well. Okay, so I will put out one video of the Mammoth Cave, and I'll show all the different vendors that are there, all the different products for sale. You know, the dunk tank. They're going to have me in the dunk tank. I'm going to be judging the fish tanks. We're going to have a Nerf gun wars. So we'll have all that, but it'll be one video, and boom, we're back to our videos, you know. And I'm not going to put out 2 or 3 videos of the Mammoth Cave because it always hurts us. Not the Mammoth Cave, but any show, Aquashella, you know, whatever else, other shows we go to, the show videos never do very well. The people that do answer love it, but not many people want to watch it. So.
All right, we got Brittany Ziblis. You want to read that last super chat, and we're gonna
hold up 1 second. Comment or wait, what is it? Dang it, I just lost it.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's not 268 people. It's 238. I'm sorry.
There you go.
I am dyslexic tonight. So we got the last question of the night. Super chat. Brittany Ziblis, $20 is your recipes. Bitchin' kitchen vids will remain top tier. I just can't get past condensed milk in potatoes. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, Brittany, have you tried it? It sweetens up the potatoes and it makes them so creamy. I mean, it is our favorite potatoes. Oh my God. You don't do it until it's watery. You just add a little bit until the potatoes are nice and stiff peaks. And it adds, you put butter in with them. Oh my God, they taste so good. You got to try it if you haven't tried it.
All right, guys. We appreciate you hanging out with us on this beautiful Friday evening. It was been great, and we will catch you all next week.
Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. I appreciate it.
And as always,
stay fishy, my friends.